Jerry Malley here for SB Nation and PrivateTrade.com. This right here is a newspaper. You see that beautiful face there wearing number 20, a throwback Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders? It's me. This is the 2010 draft at Ford Field. Now, my excitement is, yes, related to one Ndamukong Suh. Right after Roger Goodell announced that the first pick was going to be Sam Bradford, this is what I did. I jumped for joy, excited because I knew we'd be landing a monumental potential Hall of Fame type of defensive player in Ndamukong Suh. In fact, we did, and he lived up to the hype. We know the story. This is the farewell to Suh now. It's Sunday night. Things could change. We've got until Tuesday. I'll gladly retract this statement. I won't take the video down. I'll gladly leave it up and have a wink and a smile if Suh comes back. But it's not looking so. He's gone. He's going to Miami for greener pastures. And by greener, as we know, we're talking about the money. He's going to a warmer climate. He's going to a team that, if you remember this year, a lot of us compare our team to Miami's. Really good defense, so-so offense, young quarterback. A lot of similarities. You add Suh to that mix. I think people are underestimating just how good their defense can be with him in the fold. And so this is the farewell. Mixed emotions. On one hand, you appreciate what he's done for the 5 years, but, I mean, as much as we want to deny it, as much as we want to say this would be different, the writing was kind of on the wall that Suh was going to leave. Not just last year. We've heard this from years ago with his sister kind of giving the rumor started that he wanted to leave. Warren Buffett attending the last home game. We tried to decode him breaking down versus Dallas as a sign of how much he loved the team, but it was probably just the emotion of losing a close game in the fashion that he did, coupled with the idea that this could have been the last time going to war with his teammates. He's a bit of an enigma, not always fan-friendly. Teammates, some say good things, some are indifferent / not so pleased with him. Was he the best leader? Not always. Didn't always speak up, but in terms of leading by example, showing up in shape, giving 100%, having a high motor, being prepared on and off the field, just really having the football mind and integrity, it was always there. And so if you're going to give a guy this much money, things that you have to worry about, like maybe an Albert Hainsworth, I don't want to hear the comparisons. It just isn't there. This is a guy that, in my opinion, has not just been playing for the big contract. All 5 years, in my estimation, he gave his all. Some will argue this year was his best. I think it's a product of him being older and reaching his prime more so than playing for the contract. I think he gave 100% the whole time. But why? First and foremost, guys are going to play for themselves. The biggest team guy still is a team guy. But they're playing for themselves and for their family first and foremost. Well, how much of it was ever for the team when it came to Suh? You have to question that. But it never really mattered as long as he was in the fold, because him playing as good as possible for himself would always benefit the team because of the position that he played. It's not like in the NBA, if a guy is too selfish and he really concerns himself, he won't get his teammates involved as much. With Suh, his job was simple: get after the quarterback, stop the run. It was never a situation where him being potentially a selfish player, being about him more than the team, would conflict with the team. But now the issue of him being more about himself than the team rears its ugly head, because an opportunity where loyalty to his teammates, loyalty to the city that has embraced him, loyalty to the coaching staff in the front office, this is where him being about himself, Suh being about Suh, hurts us. Because now he's out the door. And at the end of the day, if the offer of $17 million was real, a hometown discount no doubt would have been in store, but we were still willing to pay top dollar, just like with Max Scherzer. Kind of similar. Another team jumped in, offered a crazy amount, more than what we wanted to give him. But if you really want to be here, the hometown discount comes into play. But at the end of the day, these guys are playing for themselves, but for their families, for their future. And, it hurts, but what are you going to do? At the end of the day, guess what, guys? In September, the Lions will be playing with or without Suh. It's probably going to be without Suh. We haven't said that in quite some time. You remember how bad our defensive tackle situation was before he came? So it's a lot to talk about. And we're going to talk about schemes and replacements, this and that. but this was just a farewell to Suh. My initial reaction was upset, but we kind of seen this coming. Now we have an opportunity with more money to make some splashes. I have some theories and some options that we're going to throw about with that coming in the next few days. But this is an official farewell to Suh. Unless something miraculous or weird happens, he's gone from here. He's taking his talents to South Beach. And you know what? If this front office was smarter, they could have done things differently. Trade maybe, which I never was really a fan of, because as long as there's an opportunity to bring him back, you bring him back. But, you know, drafting his replacement, the whole restructuring thing, there's a lot of things. You know, the front office did not have to be left with losing Suh and getting nothing, with the exception of potentially a third-round compensatory pick. But it is what it is. This is the situation that's at hand. We're diehard Lions fans, and come September, we have to see this team play without Suh, and I think they'll be okay. So it's going to be an interesting offseason for us, but this is an official farewell to Suh. I do something dramatic like rip this newspaper right now, but if you look in the corner there in red, this was in 2010. I bought tons of copies of this newspaper, but this one here I gave to my then friend, who then became my girlfriend, and then my fiance, who is now my lovely wife. See, I autographed it there for. So I'm not going to be dramatic and rip this. We may have a burning of a Suh jersey coming up in a day or so. Who knows? We'll act like I'm ripping this. Got to keep that. That's the wife's specialized autograph. Jerry excited about Suh joining the Lions newspaper edition. So what was your reaction? What do you want to see in terms of the direction of this team? Do you feel confident in Nick Fairley, etc., etc.? I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. We'll be back in a day or so talking about Suh, replacement options. We're talking about the Lions as a whole. Free agency will get our focus for probably the next week and a half. But we know that NFL teams, they win and lose through the draft. So the draft, to me, is more important than anything, and we'll be talking about that after free agency kind of winds down in about a week. So we'll enjoy this free agent period this year, having some money to spend, but losing one heck of a great player. Kudos to Suh for the 5 years. He really changed our reputation. He changed the culture of our defense. So now we're going to have to rely on your Ziggy Ansahs, your DeAndre Levy's, your Darius Slay, and at least one more year of Terrell Austin to carry that torch and form this defense in the mode of what Suh left. So until next time, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And as always, this has been Jerry Mallory for SB Nation and PrivateTrade.com.